Heartopia's first major event is packed with new activities to try, limited time items to purchase, and even a whole new hobby to unlock. While I was eagerly anticipating this event, I had a very busy weekend, and when I finally got 15 minutes to open the game wanting to just do my dailies, I was honestly overwhelmed with the amount of things I seemed to need to do. If you're feeling the same way in this video, I will tell you exactly what to prioritize if you only have 15 minutes to play each day, and after that, I will walk you through everything else you need to know about the Winter Frost event. The Winter Frost season runs from January 31st to March 13, 2026, and when you log in for the first time once the event is active, you will get a call from Atara. After you answer it, it will transport you to the Winter Utopia, which is over at Onsen Mountain. You will get a cute cutscene showcasing the ice skating rink. You can skip this if you don't have time, but you won't be able to trigger it again, although there are quite a few videos available on YouTube if you want to watch it later. After that cutscene, the game will prompt you to open the new Winter Frost Season catalog, which is symbolized by this snowman icon at the top of your screen. It will also have another cutscene which is the same one that we see from the event trailers. This catalog has 3 tabs with a lot of information, but don't worry, we'll look at them one by one later in the video. Before we dive into what to prioritize, let's quickly talk about the 2 new currencies introduced for this event. Fashion Wave points are used to level up your battle pass. As you earn more Fashion Wave points, you'll unlock rewards from 2 rows. The first row is called Thank You Gifts, and you can get these rewards for free. This includes new building permits for winter-themed items like walls, windows, pillars, and furniture. The second row is called Fashion Gift, which requires you to purchase the paid season pass to unlock. Fashion Wave tokens are the second currency, and these are used to purchase items from Azure's Fashion Wave store. You can buy limited time clothing, furniture, emotes, vehicles, and more using these tokens. If you only have limited time to play, here's what I recommend focusing on. Number 1. Do your daily requests. Normally, you only get gold, wishing stars, and contribution medals from doing your daily and weekly requests, but during the Winter Frost event, you will also earn Fashion Wave points just by completing them. So if you really only have 5 minutes, even if you don't follow the main quest line for the event yet, you can still do your dailies and you will start racking up some Fashion Wave points. This is the easiest way to progress your season pass without any extra effort. Once you can do the preliminary event quests, which mostly consist of just speaking to the NPCs, you can focus on the next tasks, which can give you the most Fashion Wave points and tokens with minimal effort. It's important to follow the main questline here until you can unlock the new items and recipes from the stores. Once you unlock new recipes and items from Massimo, you should stock up on the new ingredient, frosting, if you have the money. The other winter-themed recipes that you will unlock will also require meat, eggs, milk, butter, and coffee, so if you see any of those on sale, you should definitely stock up on it. You can only get 50 of each ingredient per day, so even if you're not going to cook them yet, you can just hoard the ingredients until you have time to cook later. I also recommend getting the pasteurized eggs because it says here that this ingredient is perfect for onsen eggs. We don't have the recipe for that yet, but I'm keeping some in stock just in case. The Winter Frost season introduces one new vegetable, white radish. The seed costs only 10 gold and can be purchased in unlimited quantities from Blank. Again, if you see that you haven't unlocked the seeds yet, follow the main event quest until you do. Each white radish seed only takes 15 minutes to grow, and it is a key ingredient in some of the seasonal dishes, so I highly recommend that you stock up on this and start planting it. It's cheap and grows fast, so plant as many as you can whenever you log in. As time permits, you can also start cooking seasonal dishes that you can sell to Azure for Fashion Wave tokens. You can cook using the penguin stoves beside Massimo's shop, or you can craft one from the workbench. You should get the crafting recipe for this from Massimo's event questline. Azure is situated beside the bus stop for the venue, and you can teleport here for free by going to your catalog and clicking Go Here. Each week, Azure offers a double procurement price for certain items. So take note of those and try to craft and sell them to gain more Fashion Wave tokens. For example, this week, iced coffee sells for more in my shop, so I focus on making those. The other high-priced item in my shop is a crab, which is significantly harder to get, so I don't focus on that. So why are we collecting Fashion Wave tokens? I recommend to focus on it because the limited time Fashion Wave store has a limited catalog that refreshes each day. You can also refresh the selection for 2,500 gold. If you want to collect winter-themed clothing and furniture, you will need to have tokens so you can buy what you want daily. You can just do these 5 things each day so you won't feel too behind once you have more time to play and explore everything the event has to offer. You will gradually accumulate both Fashion Wave points and tokens even if you just focus on this for now. Another thing that's new in this event is that you can interact with other players to access their catalog. Remember that Azure offers double procurement price for only 2 items per week for you? This selection actually varies per player, and you can see the double procurement price information of other players by clicking here. For example, if I see that I have a lot of pancakes to sell and this other player has that on their selection, I can go to that player to sell my pancakes, so I'll get double procurement price too. Even if I'm not friends with them, I can go here to track their location. Then, I can click on this icon above their head to sell my items. The other icon beside it is to access their shop. Each player also have unique catalogs from the store, and you can buy other players' selection from here. You can also get the overview of all the items currently available in your town by clicking here on your store. Buying and selling from other players will not affect their own tokens and items, you are just using them to access their selections. However, doing this will take 30 energy from the other player, so make sure to offer them food after. I usually don't have the time to do this since it does take time to track the other players who has the selections I need, but it is helpful to know in case you are already nearby other players, so I wanted to include that tip in this section. But you can stop this video now and do those 5 things, and when you are ready to explore more of the event, you can continue watching the rest of this video. Once you finally have the time to fully enjoy and explore the event at your own pace, let's properly look at the Winter Frost event. Aside from those 5 activities we discussed earlier, there are other ways to earn Fashion Wave points and tokens. There are 3 ways to earn Fashion Wave points. Again, this is used to level up and unlock new items from this season's event pass. The first way is by completing daily and weekly requests. As I mentioned earlier, you'll automatically earn Fashion Wave points just by doing your regular dailies during the event period. Another way is to upgrade your season collection points. From the Weekly Challenges tab, you can track all the new collectibles added for the Winter Frost event. As you unlock these items, you will earn season collection points, which give you additional Fashion Wave points, time-limited exhibition passes, and penguin material packs which are used for the new building materials. To unlock more seasonal recipes, you can experiment with the ingredients of the recipes you get from doing Massimo's requests. For example, for iced coffee, if you replace 2 coffees with milk, you get an iced latte. For pancakes, you can change the berries to get blueberry pancakes, raspberry pancakes, apple pancakes, or mandarin pancakes. During the first week, there are 4 new fish available for you to catch at the Old Sea. To increase the chances of catching the frost spore fish, you should use mermaid fish attractors. The other seasonal fish are still locked and will only be available in the coming weeks. The same is true for the other new crops, insects, and birds. For example, we don't see any new insects yet because they'll unlock in week 2 and week 3 of the Winter Frost season. Right now, there's only 1 new crop, new dishes, and new fish, and you have more than a month to collect all of this, so you don't need to rush. You need to get higher star quality items to get more collection points, which will give you more rewards from the season pass. You will be able to get higher star quality by upgrading your corresponding hobby levels or by using some items like the rainbow bouquet. Another way to get Fashion Wave points is by doing the weekly challenges. When you complete a certain number of challenges each week, you will get extra Fashion Wave points. These challenges are easy and mostly things that you do naturally in a day anyways. It refreshes every week so you have plenty of time to complete them. I briefly mentioned Season Pass earlier, which you can unlock using Fashion Wave points. The first row is the free rewards and the second row is locked. This fashion gift row requires you to purchase one of the paid options. There are 2 tiers, the Gilded Acorn Pack for $5 and the Premium Gilded Acorn Pack for $11. The regular pack will give you this Penguin Air Hammer skin for your pickaxe, a total of 300 heart diamonds, and up to 60 exclusive rewards including the curved building structures. The premium pack includes everything from the normal pack, plus an instant 15-level boost to your season pass. You also get a fashion token sale bonus of 10%, the floss sale tree building permit, and the baby penguin chat bubble. You can also gift these packs to your friends if you'd like. Then there are two main ways to earn Fashion Wave tokens. The first one is by selling items to Azure Shop, which we already talked about earlier, so let's look at the other way now. This tab on your catalog shows all the new activities you can do during the Winter Frost event. Completing the challenges here will reward you with additional tokens, and they are simply just fun to experience as well. You should already have some tokens to claim from the Cooking and Gardening Challenge, so let's look at the other tabs here. The ice skating activity is a very fun new activity that you can do on your own or with friends. Just head over to the ice skating rink at Onsen Mountain and click Try Ice Skating. There are some challenges here that you can do, and participating in it will earn you tokens as well. You will even have a new dream category for ice skating that will unlock new skating actions. And you will eventually be able to place your own skating rink in your house as you unlock more levels on the season pass. There is also a snow concert that starts every night at 19 o'clock or 7 p.m. server time. This concert will remain available for less than 2 hours, and unfortunately for me, I work around this time frame, so I haven't been able to experience it yet. But if you can, try to attend the concert during that time. Next, the game will also give you a Snow Fashion Wave memory journal, which is a really cute feature. You can edit it and put pictures that you've taken during the event. For example, I wanted to remember my first aurora, so I put it in here. You can also add cute stickers and create pages documenting your time with friends. You can even place this journal in your house and other people can click on it to read it, which I think is a really cute feature. You can also share your journal directly from your inventory to nearby players. Then we have the Onsen Egg Promise Treasure Hunt. For this activity, you need to find 16 different eggs scattered across Onsen Mountain. A new egg will be available each day. Once you find one, you need to take a picture of it. Don't worry about doing this every day because the eggs will stay in their places. For example, there is a green egg over here from yesterday, and a blue one appeared here today. Once you have found an egg and taken a picture of it, you'll also be able to find bubbles that contain the recipe for that egg. You can then make one and display it in your own house so that other people can take a picture of that egg at your place. That will count towards completing that quest, so it's a good way to help other people if they don't want to spend the time scouring Onsen Mountain for the hidden eggs. There are also still locked activities that will gradually open on the other tabs here that we don't have to worry about for now. Another thing to enjoy during this event is the new hobby called Snow Sculpting. To unlock it, you need to speak to Azure in the event area, select the Fashion Wave Hobby Store, and purchase the Snow Sculpting Hobby ticket for 100 wishing stars. Here are some of the sculptures you can create with this hobby. I didn't personally purchase this myself, and the sculptures in the video are from my neighbors. I'm not that interested in the winter aesthetic, so I will be saving my wishing stars for now. Furthermore, in order to upgrade this hobby, you will need special hobby upgrade tickets that you also need to buy from Azure. Each ticket costs 50 wishing stars, and there are 5 levels for this hobby. The amount of ticket you need for each upgrade gradually increases, and since there are 10 tickets available from the shop that costs 50 stars each, you might have to spend around 600 wishing stars in total if you want to get and upgrade this hobby to its maximum level. There is also a new frostbitten skin to unlock, and I also haven't found a way to get this yet. There are different information available when I researched about this. Some players say you need to stay in a cold area for 8 hours wearing light clothes, and some say that you only need to spend 1 minute in that area for 6 consecutive days. Do let me know in the comments if you have any information about this. The Winter Frost event has a lot going on, but if you focus on 5 things you talked about earlier, you'll be able to progress without feeling overwhelmed. Everything else like ice skating, concerts, ice sculpting hobby, and egg hunting can be done at your own pace until March 13th. Let me know in the comments how you are enjoying the Winter Frost event, and make sure to subscribe for more Heartopia content.